I welcome each and every one. You're beautiful. You are beautiful, my darling. Share with me on how you feel. Most probably you have experienced a lot as we are in a convergence of one of a kind. Whenever you see me muting myself, muting the mic, it's because I'm doing something, just for you to know. Hello, everyone. Bobby, this is very early for you. Bravo. Bravo to be here, present. It's very early for you. Hello, everyone. My love, it's early. I value that. I value all of you. You are participating in something that is bigger than life. Even though I keep repeating that in a way or in another, you cannot realize what is really going on. But in the future, when you will look back, you're going to realize it's normal. It's normal that you don't realize, my love. And it's okay. Maybe it's healthier. Because if you really knew what's going on, you might not be able to rest. In 2 words, everything is evolving so beautifully. It's profound. And I will share with all of you what is going on. So much to share, which is important for you to be informed. And we advance. And your presence count. Your light spirit is not the light spirit next door, which is an expression that I expressed once some time ago. And it's so beautiful because, yes, your light spirit is not what you are and experience in the now. And your light spirit is not the light spirit next door. You are an advanced being. Yes, very damaged. I agree. Very oppressed since eons of time. I agree. But you are still around. And that's a miracle by itself. As many would not have been able to endure all this since millennia and still be around. You have kept your essence intact. Now all the fragmentation will be restored, whether physicality, whether light spirit, all will be restored. And obviously, your life trajectory will be completely restored into a positive trajectory where it feels good to be alive, where striving is a standard, a by default. My love. Let me read you. The mood swing is not you. It's collective in some degree. It's also the harp technology that has altered for some time the weather. For those who know, Europe is experiencing one of a kind weather that is so warm that most people wearing rubber shoes observe that when they walk, it melts. When they walk in town, it literally melts. Just imagine. So this is multiple technology, harp included, or cloned harp, and it's making an impact. And I suspect actually that they have, in my opinion, when I look at the situation, for me, they have taken the overheating data center and took the heat and transfer it into a regions, multiple regions. That's what I come to the conclusion. And most probably, if I even think about that, no need to confirm, it's obviously. So in 2 words, it's just the last attempt to make their presence felt, but it will not last. Why? Because the work is working. The work is working. It's the end of inversion, dark epocha. The dark epocha cannot rebuild itself. Finito, caput. And now it is a process. Not everything is done, no, but so much is done. The biggest is done. And the biggest is all the work we have done, whether it is myself, by myself, with the crew, with the subscription, with the intensive, a lot with the intensive, obviously. It's a very special intensive. It's very intense. It's an intensive plus deluxe. It's beautiful. It's one of a kind. But even some 101, there are some beings that came one time, only one time. They drop ship, drop shipping. They drop the code and pattern relay, and then they depart. Their part is done. It's very interesting. But all contribute, some more than others. And it's okay. And it's okay, my love. So whatever you feel, it's multiple things. Engineering, yes. Bloodline, inheritance, yes. Collective, yes. And also fragments, broken system, departing, and you feel what they feel, whatever it is. My love. My darling. So identity theft, big time. It is an important subject, as stolen identity is very important. We are speaking here about divine identity, but also who you are as an embodied light being in human form, where you have a certain path, and this path has varieties of beautiful trajectories in every aspect of an embodiment, whether it is favor, whether it is magnetism, visibility, whether it is creativity, skills, ideas, whether it is the beings with whom you're supposed to co-create, who have a matchmaking compatibility. It's all the positive aspect of you that makes an embodiment and a life that just navigate with ease. But over millennia, eons, extraction became the standard, the norm. And there are so many ways to extract, siphon. It's not about a contract that you have signed. It's many ways, unlawful, by the way. So they have found so many genius ways to bring consent, passive agreement, all kind, which justify their legal right to extract, siphon. And this extraction and siphoning is what has caused your embodiment, physical, emotional, existential, spiritual, financial, and so forth, to be very impacted negatively. The worst is quite the physicality, as the physicality was one of the main targets due to their lack in the physicality. They needed so much light code, divine physicality code, youth code, regenerative intelligence code, longevity code, the glands, all the beautiful mechanics of the anatomy. That was the most important for them, due to their own incapacitation to be intact in their own physicality. But then it enlarged and they started extracting more than that. It became extracting favor, magnetism, success code, visibility code, all the kind of code that can be useful for them to navigate life lead up, but by stolen code, through stolen codes. So identity theft is very important. And there is a book on the market of a very special being who pretend to be the son of a well-known being that everyone knows. And the name of the book is Stolen Identity, as it is quite typical. When someone has a great embodiment, a great incarnation, that being becomes a target, because that means the potential is high. It's like a treasury box of codes. So this being becomes a target. So or they extract, or they spiritually swap, or they project the lack of one and project the positive elsewhere, or they reroute, or they clone. Most people know that I don't come on video. I could, but I don't, because I know what is happening when you come on video. The tool of video face chat is not something to facilitate a beautiful camaraderie or a professional setup to be seen while you do a conference. That's just the practicality lie that has been shown to tempt people. They need to give something that makes one believe that it is useful for them. It's always the same technique, but it's not the truth. The truth, and I say it since few years, and since few years, some have difficulties to conceive the madness. With one image, one video, especially video, they can clone. It's not the only way. Mirror. There is a ghost image. You will see no mirror in my house. No mirrors. Because it creates a ghost image. It's a technology. It's very ancient. Then they can mimic, duplicate. But now, what I'm saying since few years, people are going to see it in real time. Now they are proposing features. You're going to see it like common features where you can clone your voice. They add so many values of that. Never do that, my darling. Never do that. Now you have some application where you can create your own clone and they sell it packaged as you don't have to do it all. You don't have to be on conference call, on reels, on social media, and having people seeing you as familiarity so that you can flood the social media. You don't have to do that. Just sip your cocktail and relax. Let the AI do everything. That's the marketing campaign. Many people, unfortunately, fall into that. And then they have millennia of suffering just because they did that act. Because it gives a consent when you say, yes, make a copy, clone that says yes. And that yes in the now will be used in thousands of years elsewhere. My love, it's like that. But I always say to myself, they must be so fucking desperate to trap people, fraud people at that level of geniusness. And that's the most important to remember. Not what they do, because what they do is not even acceptable. There is no limit of darkness. But what is important is why. Why they do all this. Why they steal identity. If I ask you guys, you would never even think about it. To steal the identity of someone else is like not in your consciousness, rather. It's not there. So why do they need to steal someone's identity? Why do they need to spiritually swap? Is it greed? No. Is it a desire to belittle someone and control someone or punish someone? Actually, no. Even dark forces have a reputation of being aggressive and violent, but no, it's not punishment. No, the answer is survival. And that changes everything. Because no one should survive at the first place. There is enough for everyone in this multiverse. There is no need to steal, extract, terminate, or even terminate a population through the so-called too many beings on Earth. It's not true. The Earth is super large. There is enough space for everyone. So survival is the only motivation. And when you understand that, it changes the equation. And this is why I developed all that I do to make sure that survival never exists anymore for no one in the future. All kind of survival, the full palette of survival, it will cease to exist. This is the last epoch of survival. Earth base, galactic base, wherever base. And it is working. It is working, my love. So this survival makes them do anything. And because they are mainly engineered, all of them, they have all kind of engineering. Predatorship, engineered. Aggressivity, engineered. Everything they do, no matter how ugly it is, engineered. And the worst is, underneath these beasts, there is a divine being. which is a little bit difficult to conceive, as it's not representative of the divine, but is, when you look deep, 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 for those who know how to detect. And this makes it even worse. It should not exist. And those being, how in the world they ended up doing such extreme darkness, heartless. Well, they have a story. And I know their story. There is two options, not three, not four, two. Option number one, magnificent light beings, light intelligences, light organic intelligences, light creatures who have within that divine justice and that burning desire to bring restoration so that everyone can have a state of bliss and thrive. So whenever they hear that one planet, one race, one system is experiencing lack, for example, for those who know the story of lack, once upon a time, the lack template, I shared some of that. So when beings came to contact them asking for support, obviously they said yes without even waiting a minute to reflect. And their genuine naivety made them run towards the zone that required rescue. And that zone of requirement of restoring and solving the lack construct was on Earth long ago. So those beings took the fleet and flew right there in direction of this Earth. But what they were not knowing is they were not equipped. They were not equipped to navigate through density. As where they come from, it's easy, it's light, it's, bliss. So they encountered the density. They lost balance due to the molasses of density, all kind of density. Fear, emotion, pain, all this is an accumulation of molasses, scarcity, anger, aggressivity, violence. All this becomes molasses of dense, dark goo that stays all around the planet. And when they encountered this density, they had no equipment to even kick off and return because it was a glue. And at that moment, some inverted being took advantage and fragmented them, inverted them, cleared, wiped off their memory of who they truly are. Memory erasure. And then programmed those fragments with all kind of vows, promises, oaths, allegiances, covenants, loyalty acts, silence, submission, loyalty to machinery, all kind of stuff, the whole collection, keeping them vulnerable, even erased of free will. They don't even know what that is. So, when you don't even remember who you are, you're in trouble. Some kept their memory. I spoke with some who made an oath during fragmentation to not forget. Imagine. I spoke with many of them. It's heart-touching. And it's even worse than to remember. No, than to not remember. Because remembering, these beings who kept the memory intact They were waiting. 1 cycle, 2 cycles, 3 cycles, hoping, trusting that source or advanced divine fleets would find them and take them back home. But then, cycle after cycle, incarnation after incarnations, 1 millennia passed, then 2. And knowing that this being had obligations, they have surveillance, monitoring, tracking, movement detector, action detectors, and they were all assigned with specific roles. Some one mono role, mono assignment, others multiple, repetitive, labor. And the worst is their assignment was to harm, control, oppress, or whatever, the one they loved the most, their relatives, their siblings, the source being, the light being. Incredible, huh? Which fragmented them even further. As you can imagine, you cannot harm anyone. So imagine when you do the worst for a long period of time, because you have no other option. It's profound. So many stopped believing that support would ever come, and they could not move. They could not revoke on their behalf. They could not cancel, nullify any loyalty or contract or whatever. They have super capacity. They have potent abilities, quite supernatural abilities, but they cannot even command and revoke on their behalf. It's a big contrast, my loves. So identity theft or extraction of skills, ability, whatever, or anything is part of their profession by force, never by choice. They don't know what choice is. It got removed from their overall system. And the delicate part is the following. When genius, savant, expert, all kind of advanced being, whether light intelligences or light creatures that are 3 different expression of source with different attribute, different goal of creation, all beautiful and magnificent. So when these beings that have such advanced IQ, when these beings suddenly end up in the adversary camp, the adversary can become powerful. And this explains why the dark era, the dark universe, or the false light universe, or dark epocha became so advanced that they were considered the invincible. Invincible. That's a lot. Because when you have genius that has unique capacities, not only supernatural capacity, but brilliance. When brilliance design a dark epocha, I can guarantee you one thing. It is meant to last no matter what, because it is built on continuity, perpetuity, inevitability, with all kind of fail-safe mechanism, auto-renewal, self-regenerative, auto-repair. So when you have that construct in a dark system, dear, it's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible to undo. But I said nearly. Share how you feel that you hear all that, my loves. My beautiful darling. Let me read you. Yes. Yes. As a historian of ancient history, but the real one, not the propaganda. By the way, we go on propaganda today. We're going to grab some butt. So, as a historian, galactic historian, source historian, this library, I have multiple libraries of light within in different sectors, different categories, subcategories. That's why I have this army of orchestration that is profound. And what is now is nothing. What's going to be in the future, you can compare because you came, I have many subscribers, but as you already know, they don't come. They only go to the replay, and it's okay. They don't come live. They are very introvert. When an event is finished, I receive an avalanche of email, and each email is like a copy Xerox, 1, 2, or 3 word, not more, not even a sentence. They are very special being. Dear. And they are not chatbot, huh? By the way. There was a moment I say, how can I have so many subscribers and it's only like 20, 30 that come into the call? What the glitch, And I was laughing one day, say, oh, if they are chatbot, no, they are not. But they are very, very introvert being. They must have endured so much, extremely. 1 word, 2 words, sometimes 3. Yeah. They are beautiful. They are very beautiful. So, I wanted to say something. I forgot, my love, and it's okay. Yes, this orchestration of the crew. I discover stuff that I didn't know. Every day I'm shocked. I have a PTSD every day. A happy PTSD. It's impressive. I have not imagined such divine beings be so divinely manipulated, doing so many complot. They are complotist professional. They are liars like, oh dear. But they are not even good liars. They are not good actors because they are enjoying the evolution. They cannot speak freely, 100%. But they are strategic, scary, strategic. They prepare stuff like I said, oh, are you supposed to be divine or what? Well, darling, it's beautiful. It's profound. It's extreme, my love. So identity theft is big. And those who do that, they crave home so much that the only way they found to have a piece of home is to steal it. I'm going to repeat this one. The one in the darkness that most of them once upon a time were divine. They miss home so much that the only way they found to have the illusion of having a little bit of home is to steal and to possess it as a trophy. They worship light code. It's incredible. It's not healthy, it's toxic, but you can feel the desperado behavior. It's profound. And because when you are not connected with the light spirit, my love, you know what happened. You know what happened on a human form that has completed the lifespan on this earth plane. You know what happened. When the light spirit depart from this physicality, rapidly the physicality completely changed, because it's not the physicality that you were connected with, was the life within, which was fueled by the light spirit. You're not possessive of the physicality. You actually don't even want to touch it. Yes or no? Because it's empty. The essence that you love the most is gone when the relationship is beautiful, obviously. So the decay and the decline and the malfunctioning that these beings have gradually encountered was so obvious that they needed a replacement. The only replacement they had was the offer of cybernetic beings, so they became cyborg or transhumanized, transalienized, cybernetic metaverse, zetaverse, and you name it, whatever else. And then that was not enough neither. So they elaborated all kind of plan called matrices. Earth is not the only one. They cloned Earth, cloned planet, cloned sun, cloned moon. It's what a mess. And they established all kind of tricks, strategic capacities to extract, siphon, take away. It's been a long time that you don't have the totality of your light spirit. It's been a long time that you don't have all your attributes. It's not this lifetime. It ends in this lifetime. It's very ancient. They stole the divine physicality. They put it in a box. They worshipped it. They made copy, prototypes. Most people on this earth live in a prototype body, not in the original. No. But this divine physicality will return. And the light spirit intactness will return. So you need to understand, if your light spirit is not intact and is not whole essence inside of you, and is not stationed in any zone of source, then where is it? Where is it? And this is exactly why you are in this subscription. Because if it's not inside of you, and it is not in any station of any realm of source, then it is somewhere. And that somewhere, it's not a good place. Because there is two options, not three, two. One is oppressed. In an oppressed reality, in any form, with a life that is very oppressed. Not a good place. Second option, oppressor. When many people say I had a past life where I wasn't oppressed, it's not past life. It's right now. Now, while you are existing, you have fragment of you not in a good place. Now, please don't beat yourself up, because you never chose that at the first place. You are part of the story I have shared about these two categories. No, I shared one actually. The template of lack is one example of beings who decided to come to bring restoration and resolution. They got trapped. That was one option. The second option, I'll make it short, they received an offer to expand source, to advance source, or to create all kind of beautiful things that will add value to source. They believed it because they have genuine naivety. They don't know duality. They don't have that within. They're like innocent child saying yes to everything because they're so excited. This is the kind of being, always in ecstasy, a spiritual ecstasy, because this is how the state is supposed to be. Natural, by default, standard. So they said, yes, of course, anything. Guess what? Done. Contract was done. Fragmentation, inversion, repurposing, amnesia, erasure, vows, all the kind of collection, then stuck. So this is two entry. And there is no such thing as, oh, they wanted to experience the dark and see how it feels like. Please give me a break. No. Unless the offer was irresistible. But they never chose. I mean, if they read the menu, they'll say, you know what? No, that sounds horrible. No, thank you. I skip the offer. But if the offer is false, obviously. So you come from these two categories. This is how you landed out of source reality. One or the other. Doesn't matter which one. And all of you, you are geniuses, savant, architect, all kind of advanced expertise, different color for each. And I know that in this lifetime, you don't feel all that. Obviously, how can you feel it if you have been extracted? It's absent. It's normal you don't feel it. It's not about remembering. When something is extracted, can you still feel it? No. So you don't feel it because you have been extracted. It's no longer inside, but someone is benefiting it from something that belongs to you, that is part of your core. It's everything. You know, when I do this event, I have to give a title. I have to present a category. Actually, normally I should not have to. I should say, you know, my darling, let's go. We meet next week at this time. Who cares about the team? Who cares about the presentation? It's such a lot of work to do. Look, I gave it to you today. I couldn't do before. Because I'm experiencing so many beautiful, crazy, fantastic, phenomenal stuff that it's taking all my time. But I do it because it's part of what is needed around. But we are going to go beyond that theme. This is a snack. We're going to have the whole menu. It's not just stolen identity. It's stolen everything. Everything. Favor, even joy, even inspiration. You know that. You're running after inspiration. You have inspiration 5 minutes, poof, it's gone. What happened? It's not mood swings. It's extraction. You had joy and suddenly it's gone. You have now depression. But the system call it mood swings. It's not mute swings, so cute. Mood swings, it's extraction. Darling, what is the packaging is not a reality. So we go on everything that is extraction. Now, today, I'm going to deliver a beautiful event. I always do, no matter what. No matter what. I show up And I do. Today, I rise at 4 a.m. It's not my time. I never wake up at this time. It should be illegal. But it happened. Why? Normally, I don't dream. I don't have this construct of dreaming. It's not in my overall system. But when I do, it's engineers coming because they have no other way. Remember, engineers have vow of silence, loyalties, vow of self-erasure, vow of secrecy, and they have all kind of technology making sure they are in place. You remember you have seen online on internet some technologies where you see a bar attendant with a number and a name, green and red, and you see everyone doing everything. Everything is monitored. Everything is surveyed. All data are collected in the now. That technology, you've seen it somewhere. For example, in certain countries, the employees, when they stand up from their chair, let's say they are in an office, engineers of computing, for example, if they stand up, they have an allowance to stand up with a certain amount of minutes. Beyond that, red alert. It's incredible, but it is like that. So they have to sit back after rapid absence. So it's the same for them, just for you to have an idea, which means they cannot speak and no way they can ask for help. Are you kidding me? It's a luxury. They can cry for help, desire help, but they cannot ask for it. Why? Because they are monitored. Everything they do is detected. So what is left? What is the only way left for them to communicate and ask for support? If they believe there is a possibility, you know the how. The how is very simple. They have an assignment, whatever, dream engineer, oppressor, saboteur, whatever is their role, theft, whatever, extractors, you name it. Whatever is their role, every being have a different assignment. So they can only communicate through that. Just to say, hey, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you feel me? But if you don't speak the language fluently, you perceive it as an attack or something that irritates you. And I understand because it's very unpleasant. They don't come with a bouquet of flowers. They come with heavy load. And they do something unpleasant, whatever it is, from small to big, sometimes very big. So they came into my field, close to my field, not into, close to my field. It's not allowed to enter in my field, but they projected some dream landscape with specific narrative. So I immediately identified, and I was already starting to work while I was sleeping. You should, if someone sees me deeply sleeping and starting to do command and doing nearly everything, but in a snail speed, right? Nearly everything I do, but the tempo, the cadence is slower and less fuel, less fire, right? Because I'm supposed to be sleeping. So then I opened my eyes. I knew it was very early. I didn't know how much. And I had two options. I knew it was important. It was theft of identity, skills, creativity, project ideas, everything, which is what the new business of intelligence on the market is about, extraction. So I had two options, or I say fuck off and I go to sleep, but then the risk would have been that I wake up and then I forget, because there is that memory erasure or dream erasure, as you know. Very often you try to remember and it goes away, right? Because it's part of the construct. So I said no. Then I said, if I stand up and I write down what I saw, if I wake up after, it might disappear because they can erase traceability. So I said, well, I don't have much option left. I say, fuck off, I stand up. I stood up and I'm still lifting stuff since I stood up at 4 a.m., which is absolutely not right, knowing that I have the event with you, but that doesn't take away my horsepower. I'm telling you. And I'm very pleased I did it. I'm going to sleep tonight, but at least I have a menu, big, fat, and spicy. Because those who came to me last night, dear, it's luxury darkness, Rolls-Royce darkness. And if I find it, when I know how it works in this reality where they are, I find so courageous to have dared even coming close to my field to project that, because they took risks. I'm telling you. So today we're going to take care of them. And then whole day they communicated into varieties of things. I have seen things disappearing in front of my eyes. I was like, whoa, they are good. They are just showing me. I download a PDF. I see it disappearing, dematerializing in front of my eyes. Whoa, you're good. They are like fucking advanced. They showed me so many things just to show me. Of course, it's a lot of details. It's long. It's many things. But it's their only way to communicate. You need to remember that. And all of you, I repeat, if you're fragments, if your light spirit is not whole and is not inside of you, where is it? Where are those pieces of you? They are embodied somewhere. You don't need a lot of spirit to run a body, my love. One fragment is enough to run a body fully. One fragment. Dear, imagine how powerful that is. So, many inverted being or oppressed one, they are you elsewhere. Who will assist them? There is a law in the multiverse, my darling. Who makes it first? Support others. Yes or no? Yes. Who made it first? Look at you. It's you. They are not subscribed. I mean, I think, unless they are part of the replay being, maybe, who knows? You know? But you are the front runners, my love. You have always been present. And you remember before it was complicated. It was heavy plus plus. I had to yell all the time. You know that. Now, not much. Not much, my love. So the only way to stop extraction, siphoning, identity theft, spiritual swap, lack, poverty, control, biometric agenda, digital ID agenda, oppression agenda, scarcity timeline, dystopia timeline, all kind, disease, illness, everything that is negative and inverted. The only way, which is already working, is to assist those who created it at the first place. Period. What they do is wrong. Yes. I'm not advocating saying that they are doing good things. They are doing horrifying things. But their life trajectory has been interrupted. It's time and it's needed to restore their life trajectory. They are very powerful. Their capacity is extraordinary. It's beyond human comprehension what they can do, what they are capable to do in their level of supernatural capacity. And their genius has never been created for harm, never. Instead, it was created to create magnificent, thriving system, civilization, epoch, technologies, and all that is required to make a civilization thrive. So never to be used to harm. No, no, no. Actually, this will never happen again. It's the first and last time, but it lasted for too long. The damages are too high, too much loss. So, my darling, let me read you. Shares anything you want to share. I read you now. My beautiful darling. My love. Let me see who came today. More are joining. They are coming later. So very heavy. Okay. We are going to Eliane. Welcome, my love. 10K, welcome. Archana. Welcome, my love. Jane, Joanne, Francine, Carelia, Lisette, Marcus, Million, Samantha, Silver, Sibyl. Many are missing, by the way. It's okay, my love. So let me look at the time. You know what? What I propose, we have completed the 1 hour. So what I propose now is to shift into the other room, and then we can take action, take care of them, take care of you. Because if you feel heavy, it's because they are around. You know, you're not the only one waiting for the monthly call. There are a lot waiting, you know. I should increase my rate. It's interesting. We have millions and billions of beings waiting for the monthly call. I'm going to revisit my subscription fees. So they are waiting too. And I trust that you give them an appointment. Okay. And when you give them an appointment during the time that you know we are together, you need to remember it will only work if you are present physically at the event. If you give an appointment and you're not there, or you have the replay, it will not work, my love. And it will even be negative for you, because if you're not showing up in the appointment, they're going to come back to you harsher. You don't want that. So please remember, only give an appointment and write it down. Because if, for example, you are missing the event at last minute, you have something that needs your presence. If you write it down, if you put like an alarm, it will remind you that you gave an appointment. And at that time, what you do, you enter in contact with them. And the very same way you contact someone to change the date, you reschedule, you postpone, but you speak it out loud, and they will understand, and there will be no clash, no whatever. You got my point. Remember that in case you cannot show up. My love, let's go. We need to clear stuff. And then when you guys are clear enough and the atmosphere is nicer, I will share beauty. Shall we? Yes. So the second link is the one that finished by 79. Je vous demande de rejoindre le deuxième lien qui finit par 79. All right, let's go. I close here.